So, a lovely good evening to all those listening to us from all over the globe. And if you're catching us for the first time, we're airing live here on Adu Radio on our show, The Young Leader's Tone. To present today's second edition, my name is Aaron Sakalam. And the topic for today is the theater and film industry in Zambia, Africa, and the world at large. Addressing the issue today is Jimmy Zozi, who serves as a theater director of Mtendere Theater. Mr. Zozzi, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Alan, for welcoming me. I'm very happy to have this opportunity with you.
Okay, so Mr. Zozzi, tell us exactly, who is Jimmy Zozi?
Okay, so Jimmy Zozi is a very young man, a young man who's so ambitious in arts, okay, and particularly the personal development of youth. I'm much interested to see that every youth has got his or her own capabilities to sustain his or her livelihood. That's basically who I am. Yeah, a theater director. That's me.
Okay, so Jimmy Zozi, you're saying that you're a theater director and that is what you do actually for a livelihood. But Jimmy Zozi, where do you see the Zambian theater and film industry in the next 5 years and as at now?
Okay, the Zambian film and theater is improving at very fast rate. But if I were to compare them individually, separate, like theater on its own and film, I would say film is now doing much more as compared to theater. So in the next 5 years, we're seeing that Zambian productions are on big screens, and I'm sure in the next 5 years we'll be able to see Zambian movies on big studios like Netflix. So we are improving, and very soon it'll be there on a global level, like everyone able to identify that these are actors from Zambia, these are actors from this part of Africa, and people are able to hear about stories.
So, but do you think there are enough platforms for young people? Because we see a lot of young people, especially in secondary schools, being groomed by what you call natas, and they do have actually, plays as well as they look Saka Playhouse. But do you think that has done enough for young people? Because I think there are many actors here in Zambia, best actors. Do you think the right platform has been provided?
Basically, the right platform hasn't been given to many youths in Zambia. When you're talking about grooming people, grooming starts from their childhood. While people are very young, that's when we start grooming them. But if you can go around in our communities, these facilities that are able to groom young ones, they are in scarce. Okay, for example, you've been here, I'm sure we've never seen where you've got an open theater studio where people can go and express who they are. You find like in a district, some districts, they don't even have theaters. They don't even have theater, which is not good for personal development. So people are going to see, they're going to have an experience while they are old, and if you're grown up, it's hard for you to try out new things because you'll be too busy at that time. The only time children have the time is when they are still young. That when we can expose them. So in terms of theater, I think it has been neglected. Same when you talk about the film industry, it's growing, but there's little exposure to our younger ones. In such that we don't have a lot of studios. That's when they're mushrooming. That's when we are coming up. Now you agree with me, for a person to find an opportunity, to feature on big screen, like let's say the studios that are making noise here currently in Zambia, like Zambias Magic. It's hard for many people. It's hard for a young one to just find that chance. So if we were to provide many facilities for young ones, I think they can have a lot of exposure. Then coming to NASAS, for NATAS is for postgraduate, like say those people are not longer in schools. Yeah, but for NASAS, it's there in government schools. Now you see, it's only in government school. How many people are in private school? There are a lot of people who are in private school. Then we've got also the idea where vocational activities are deemed as not to be good things only academic wise. So people, when they go to school and you tell them, okay, practice in this drama, if you're interested, do poetry, most of people won't attend to that because they are parents, because this mind entirely is from their parents.
Just as you as you have touched on the connection between parents as well as children, because I've noticed that in most, in most school, in most families, Zambian families, parents are not really in that much agreement with their children taking part, in plays and the like, that it might disturb their school. Is it appropriate enough to have such resolutions?
Okay. First of all, you cannot blame the parents. I always say we can't blame the parent, but we're going to blame where we're coming from. The history about film industry and theater. Where we are coming from the background where arts were not deemed as something a person can do for living. We're not deeming them as something in which can sustain someone's life. So our parents grew up with that mentality. They grew up with the mentality whereby you can only go to school and get a white collar job. Maybe you become a doctor, you become a lawyer. That's when you can have a sustained life. But coming up, since the world is changing now, things are changing. People have realized that you can make a livelihood in arts. There are a lot of people. I'm coming from theater and I'm coming from the world of arts. So I've seen people who have made it in life through arts. So the blame will go to the society where we are coming from, the history. But my word of encouragement to the parents who are listening to us now, and where they can be, you just have to let your child do what they are good at. Because it's about, at the end, it's about your passion bringing food on your table. So if you love something, then it's bringing money for you. You never have to work for it, because you feel like you're playing, you're just enjoying. Then income is coming to you. So you have to let these kids do what they want. Let them practice what they want to practice. Let them have fun. In the end, we are developing them physically, mentally, and also socially. They're able to interact with one another.
Jimmy Zozi, come and just tell me about shaping and enhancing skills as well as abilities in the movie actors, the writers, and many more creators. What skills and enhancement abilities might be put in place for such? Because in most we have one of the best, but their skills are not really that much enhanced. What do you have to say about it?
Okay, like what I was alluded, what we need to do, we have to take arts on another level. We have to start treating it as a profession. Now, if something is its profession, remember, school has to be involved. So it's not just something whereby you just go, okay, you're fun, you come up, in the end, just people watch. No. But the entertainment industry is about for us to provide the information, and the way we deliver the information matters. So for us in that to enhance, we have to introduce classes. I was happy with Mouth Choice, Zambia, what they are doing. Uh, they've been running some classes for arts. Okay, you find like they teach people on how to edit, even how to act, including script writing, video editing, and many others. They've been doing that. So if you want to enhance skills, it's not only about just motivating people, but it's about providing the right information, which can be done through education. So acting, I would recommend it to be also a subject. Yeah, let's to treat it as a subject. Then also introduce activities competitions that are able to build the acting. Let's put, for example, competition in video editing, good photographing. As we are motivating these people, in the end, we are producing what? We are producing the best of the best. Then also to enhance more of the skills, I'd really like for us as a nation to come up with a film policy. Okay, currently many artists, especially in film industry, that's what they're crying out now, trying to draft out so that at least Zambia as a country can also have a film policy. Okay. So
On Young Leaders Tone, we do want young people as well as young leaders in Zambia, as well as Africa and the whole world at large, just to be airing their voice on different issues that affect them the most. Now, Zozzi, let's just have a counter check, on the following hard hitting, thrilling Zambian movies such as Banja. I bet you remember Banja, the Red Bag, Mpali, the current Mpali now that's actually hitting, this actually one of the movies actually that's hard hitting now. We talk about Zuba. Now, what is your quick check on all those and what is happening currently?
yeah, thank you very much for that powerful question. It's wherever you go, feedback is very much important, and that's what basically I'm doing right now. So if we are able to compare Banja, which was done, I think that was if I'm not mistaken, that must be 2012. 2012. So yeah, to now, you're going to exceed the great difference that is there. You're going to see the great improvement that are there. We had actors at that time that used to act more like just a sketch. You do it for fun and you do it on a local level, particularly by specific. It was done for on a local level, not translated. It was only in a local language, particularly that was Nyanja. But if you come to these other movies that we are now producing, you can see that we have extended our audience. We have extended our audience across the borders, whereby we are trying to incorporate other foreign language, particularly English, which is most used. So there's an improvement. Even just the picture quality that we are having. The picture quality has improved. Graphing, even the actors' potential, their skills have just improved. And with that, it gives me hope. Personally, a person who's coming from art, it gives me hope that there's indeed a bright future in film industry for Zambia. There's indeed a very, very great future. So we are there now. At least we are going there. We are going there. Sooner or later, we are going to stand here and say, okay, that's where we're coming from. So when I look at movies that were done even just in 2015, and I look at movies that were done in 2020, yeah, honestly speaking, I feel good and I'm proud. I'm proud. I'm going to say that.
Zozzi, if I can remember very well, back in secondary, you were one of the actors, you would make plays and you actually followed that very well. Now, let's just make a crossover on the pace at which the industry is moving with support from the government. Is the government, supporting such well-talented abilities? Is the government supporting the industry around all the talent societies with regards to the film industries?
Okay. The government is trying, but if I were given a scale of 1 to 10, I think I can give our government that is 4. Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I can give them 4. Personally, I don't see that much support. Other than having ZNBC, the national broadcasting, which at least now is airing our content. We've got movies running like Okutu on ZNBC. We've got movies like the Wheel, the series. But honestly speaking, if you're considering the movies that come at ZNBC or TV2 national broadcasting, and this series, you're going to find that, especially TV2, you're going to find that most of them that come, the series are foreign ones as compared to our content. So in that regard, yeah, the government is trying, but not that much. Then if I can compare with other motives, the former president, President Edgar Sogalungu, where he even had chance to have a dinner with people, the cast for Mpali. Okay, that was a motivation enough for many of us. Say, okay, even the president is happy about what we are having. Also, to see some government official, especially given Lubinda, whereby most is a fan of arts. When we have got a play, yeah, he usually finds time to come and watch what you have. But the support financially, the planning, I think it's not that much. It's not that much. So I cannot say the support is good, but not really. if we need to see great success, greater heights, the government needs to pull up their socks. We don't just want to have private media houses spearheading this. You have the private that are doing their job and they are very working hard. But even the government needs to do its best. At least if we can have let's say a channel, okay, for only Zambian movies, okay, only or series what which can be run throughout, then we're going to say okay, we're doing our best. In terms also of theater, if the government can propose in every district we build up a theater, okay, where people can express what is in them, then we are going to say really the government is doing its work. But honestly speaking, if you come and try to check our theater, that is Lusaka Playhouse, it's not in a good state right now. Okay, it's not something we can say okay, this is national theater. So in those areas, those are the indicators that the government is not doing enough to build arts.
So as we conclude, Jimmy Zozi, just what is your word, especially on young writers as well as movie actors aspiring in that very direction?
Okay, to the young writers, what I'll tell them is that let's try to use originality. Okay, most of the stories that we see, they are copycats. You just watch a certain movie, then you try, okay, let me procreate it. You add yours. But we can tell our stories. If we try to tell our own stories, then we'll be identified. Zambia and many African countries, the world, we've got stories that have never been heard before. Good stories that can that are mind blowing. So if we try to tell our stories sincerely, who we are, the stories that define us, stories that explain our culture, then we are going the right way. Then the other thing also I advise the writers is that we should learn to do quite research. If you want to come up with something, please let's try to do greater height. Do main research. Cooperate with other people. Ask for advice. Research. If you need to go into medical fields to learn for 6 months how they operate, go there. Then feel free to partner with others. One of the goals of when we talk about UN is partnership. If you can emphasize on the issue of partnership to collaborate with other stakeholders, other countries that are doing well, then we'll be a proud nation because we've got stories that have never been heard before.
Jimmy Zozi, you seem so passionate about the Zambian film industry, but due to time, I bet I have to cut you short. Well, dear viewers, this has been Young Leaders Tone. We've been discussing the Zambia theater and film industry with my guest Jimmy Zozi, who serves as a director for Mtendere Theater. Just to say it all, Young Leaders Tone plays quite a big role, in shaping the voices as well as hearing out that the young people also do take part in providing the best in terms of the development of their country as well as Africa as a whole. I have been your presenter, Aaron Sakala, just here on Adu Online Radio.